what it do in the morning. Don't come on the river. How you doing? You know, Saratoga water is the water that I grew up with. Saratoga Springs, New York.
That's that good one, huh?
That's this good water right here. My mother used to have sparkling, but this is the still water. And they have a good barbecue place out there. Barbecue. PJ's barbecue, but Saratoga Springs. And they have a casino out there now. I've never been to their casino, but see they have to drive Saratoga from Albany is like 45 to 50 minutes. Like how so they make you drive all the way out there to go to the casino. They know they're not gonna bring no casino into Albany. They're not gonna bring no casino into Troy. They're gonna not bring no casino into Schenectady. Like they cannot like bringing a casino to Chicago is stupid. It's a waste of money. All right, y'all. Yeah, so shout out to Saratoga Springs. No, we're not getting sponsored by them, but if y'all want to send me cases of Saratoga so I can be on my fast. See, I gotta lose some weight. See, I don't care about them fat jokes and none of that stuff. I was an athlete my whole entire life, so it's not gonna take me that long to lose weight. So I'm not worried about that. But if you guys want to help me, Saratoga, and send me bottles of this for my fast, my water fast, I appreciate it.
Okay.
And I gotta say we not sponsored because
you gotta say that.
Yeah, because they'll start we sponsor, we getting paid. Mm-hmm. So no, not. But just letting y'all know. I also got on this polo quarter zip. I paid by myself. It was a Macy's sale. Okay. I got some Macy's bucks I still can't put. Also, Polo, if you would like to send me some clothes, we have a mailbox. And you can send me some nice clothes. All right.
For Christmas.
For Christmas. Mm-hmm. Red. I prefer red. All red. Don't send me no blue. Don't send me no blue. I want red. Yellow, like yellows. Like white. Like black. Red, white, yellow, black. Green. All right, y'all. So today it's a budget meeting going on right now, and honestly, I forgot all about it. But I'm not going to continue to play the shenanigans game with them. They have the other day I posted those organizations that's getting paid to go down there to push their weird agenda and
push these harmful policies.
Policies.
They're especially doing it for doing it to the youth, the kids, the teenagers, the people that are graduating from high school. These are your baby indoctrinated Democratic voters that they're indoctrinating.
And they are financially benefiting from Black trauma.
Mm-hmm.
United Working Families, Chicago Black Voter Project, Chicago Teachers Union, CTU, Grassroots Collaborative, Black Big Chicago, Chicago Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression, Campaign to Free Incarcerated Survivors of Police Torture and Wrongful Conviction. These organizations position themselves as representatives of the people, yet Chicago residents deserve to ask who funds them, who benefits financially, and what ideological goals are driving their campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about small businesses. They don't care about anybody's jobs but youth jobs.
Or the kids.
Or the kids,
They don't care
but they always say youth jobs. They don't care about that. They don't care about mental health. They don't care about anything. They need these little monies, like the community fund that they're trying to push for 100 million. Like Bill said, everything is 100 million. Bring home Chicago, 100 million. Now the community fund, 100 million. They're doing this because they are planning the biggest strike. The goal for the socialism, Marxism, progressive is to put this big strike on in the United States of America against corporations, against the rich, against anybody that doesn't believe, that doesn't want to be a bum. If you don't want to be a bum and don't want to depend on the government, you are an op to them. If you do not accept their ideology when it comes to LGBTQ, trans, affordable housing, illegal aliens, you are the enemy. And I honestly think that it's a cult. It's they're brainwashed and they're a cult, and they're starting to do it at a young age. They Dick Gregory said that majority of these protests are paid, and they are. And they're paid and they're on school hours. They're still the teachers are still getting paid by not teaching the kids.
Because our kids are not learning anything that shows up in the stats, the educational stats. We are the lowest.
Yeah, we're the lowest.
We're the lowest. Our kids are the lowest as far as anything, as far as reading, math, writing, critical thinking skills, the lowest.
So they're getting so they may have perfect attendance, but they're not learning anything, and they're just learning how to vote. And when they get 17, vote the way they want, and in return, they'll give you. Honestly, they'll be inappropriate with your child. They'll let your child do whatever they want to do. Not go to school, have sex, get sex changes, teach their views, their religious views, whatever that is, which is demonic. They don't want to teach them anything about the Constitution, about history, unless it's history that has to do with Marxism. You understand? They're anti-American. They have a vendetta against America, and their goal is to take this city to Russia.
Tough communism.
Yeah,
And
communism.
I listen. I employ every parent. Please, please, please. They're indoctrinating your kids. And when your kids turn, they get them at 17, registering them to vote. And then when they turn 18, they're bringing buses to go vote for them, to take them to vote. And they're indoctrinating them to vote Democrat. But you have to stand up when you see that those teachers are telling your kids, taking them out of school to do strikes, taking them out of school to do protesting, taking them out of school to, just like that Bring Chicago Home, Brennan Johnson was trying to do. He took students out of school to go vote, and the very thing they would have been voting for would be the opposite of what the parents was in the parents' best interest. So they would have been voting opposite of what's good for the parents. You have to get involved with your kids' life. You have to hold these teachers and the CTU accountable for indoctrinating your kids, not teaching them, but indoctrinating them to be baby Democrats. Everything. This is how we have voted blue, no matter who, for 90% to 95% blacks vote Democrats in for all these years, because they're getting them while they're young, and they are teaching them this. And this don't help them. And beware of their word organizer. Anytime you hear anybody say we are organizers, because you're gonna see the youth saying that. I bet you everybody that Brandon is getting jobs, they are organizing jobs. All that means is they're organizing to be on the ground and knocking on doors and for the Democratic Party. Please look at that word. Whenever you hear I'm an organizer and things like that, those are that's it.
Yeah, that's it. And they're coming to destroy they think they're destroying capitalism, but you're never going to destroy capitalism in a capitalist society, in a capitalist nation, one of the richest nations. This is the land of the free. We are the land of the free, the home of the brave. We're not going to let anybody come here and tell us how we're supposed to live. I'm 39 years old. If I don't want to hang with certain people, I don't have to hang with certain people. If I don't want to live in a certain community, I don't have to live in a certain community. If I don't want to go to a certain type of church, Muslim, Islamic, you're not going to push Islamic on me. You're not going to push Jewish, what's it?
Islam.
Well, no, but even like with the Jew, like the Jews religion, everybody has their religion.
Mhm.
You have Christianity, you have Catholic, you have Baptist. Everybody is entitled to however they want to celebrate their religion, how they were brought up. I was brought up Catholic. There's some people that are brought up Catholic and then they change, go to Christian. There's some people who are Christian, go to different things. But that's their personal choice. Like who a person sleeps with is their personal choice.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So yeah, that's what it is. So just be aware of these organizations, because like So said, they're taking this money and they're funding these organizations, because those are the organizations that's going to be on the ground knocking on doors for the Democratic Party. Those organizations. Hello.
So yeah, so that's basically how I feel about what this budget is. This budget is just more taxes. Oh, no, it's okay.
No, like yeah.
This budget, all they're gonna do is tax. They're gonna tax us out of our generational wealth. We're never gonna be able to give anything to our children, anything to what are the American dream with generational wealth, our 40 acres and a mule. We're never gonna be able to give it to our children because they're taxing us out to put us in affordable housing. How are you gonna tell me what affordable housing is for me if I want? I love your locks. So, what do you? What is? How are you gonna tell me? How are you gonna push me into an apartment? How are you gonna push me into a condo? If I want to be a single, if I want to own, if I want to be a homeowner and own a single family home, then I can. If my family decides to leave me a multi-use commercial building where I can have commercial down at the bottom and I'm able to live on top, that's an American dream. That's my American dream. That's something I'll be able to do or whatever as an entrepreneur. These people, these Democratic progressives, the main ones who voted um against the budget, because the budget is terrible regardless.
Yeah.
But the ones that have aligned with Brandon Johnson, they are SBK.
Yes.
And
that's look, and so when you all hear this word, no, this is our word, SBK, small business killers.
Yeah, they're small business killers. Milana Hoppenworth. I can't think of.
So when y'all hear us say SBK, then just know you all heard it first. You all know what it is. Small business killers.
Yeah, they're and this one lady, Hoppenworth.
Yeah.
Trying to get her around.
And affordable homes are not affordable, guys. They're only a certain percentage
40.
That's affordable, and the rest of it is not.
Yes, Lena Manana Hoppenworth. She's the 48th ward. Ms. Jackson calls her a placeholder. She is absolutely one of the most dangerous aldermen that's down there. She really needs to be removed. She is for gender affirming in public libraries. Mm-hmm. She's for drag story time, but she's trying to push out all the small businesses, the moms and pop stores that's been in the 48th Ward before she even came over here, before her family even came over here. These are staples that have been in Chicago for a very long time to keep those neighborhoods together. She's trying to push them out for affordable housing.
Mhm.
The affordable housing thing makes no sense. How are you going to push for affordable housing, but we have no jobs?
Right.
They are literally pushing. They're laying off over 500 city workers
Mhm.
in exchange of 5,000 youth jobs. This man is pushing to get this money for these youth jobs, which is this money to pay them to protest and go downtown and do teen takeovers and act the fool and all that stuff.
For his election.
Shut it out for the boys.
Continue.
Yeah.
For them to steal elections and stuff like this. This is what they're paying these people to do that, like you, and for signatures. They pay them to get signatures.
Yeah. It's the whole playbook. It's doing. They're just now. It's now that we have social media, and now it's the progressive machine that's moving in. The old machine, the daily machine, is dying off. Instead of dying off, they about to start going to jail. $1 Million Tony. She just showed her hand. You understand? Like she had taken over. She was the godfather, mother, whatever y'all identify her as, of the machine. And now that's why she has to. They got rid of Timothy Evans, and so and that was historical. Everybody voted him out. You understand that the people that were in the judges got him up out of there because you can't. That's it was a unanimous decision to get him up out of there. Now it needs to be a unanimous decision for the city of Chicago, property owners, business owners, to push. To push for a forensic audit.
Yes.
And push for a forensic audit because and start filing these lawsuits. And a lawsuit, a lot of people ask me, like, well, Zoe, what are we suing for? We're suing because we did not ask for the migrant crisis. Number one. Number two is we're not getting a straightforward answer on why the property taxes went up. The county says that they have a balanced budget, even though Palatine School District, Lake County School District has to borrow money from banks in order to keep their school district going. And they're supposed to be getting property tax money. So Tony, $1 Million Tony, balanced budget for Cook County clearly isn't balanced in the way that she's saying it's balancing because none of the property taxes over there are going to Lake County School District and Palatine School District, so they're barely holding on.
Yeah, they gotta go get loans.
Yeah, they have to go. They have to go get loans.
Shouldn't happen.
Then you have the city, who the man that's in there, he ran on not raising property taxes, even though last year he tried to propose a $300 million property tax, right? And then once everybody went down there and shut him down and stuff like that, then they took that out. So now we're going to silently bring it back, but we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to say it. We're not going to say anything about it. We're not even going to bring up the migrant crisis. The migrant crisis that we're paying for, and that's why you see some of y'all property taxes high in certain areas. In certain areas, you're dealing with tax increment financing districts. Money. This is my fight. This is why the city of Chicago is trying to silence me, and because of the TIF money. The city of Chicago knocked down my godfather's building because it was in a TIF district. That there's a save a lot that's on the other part of his lots. They paid TIF money to them to build a government-run grocery store on my godfather's lot and did not pay him. Okay, that's just one part of it. Then we're talking about the Sandpiper Lounge. That's multi-use. So it was 6 apartments up at the top, and then the lounge at the bottom. You know how much TIF money we could get for that? We get commercial and residential, right? So to build it back up, right? But we have this infrastructure already. So all we needed was the money to rehab inside of it, right? Because they make deals, your aldermen, your local aldermen make deals with their favorite clergy. Who runs Auburn Grisham is Father Flager. So Father Flager is the person who passes out the TIF money with David Moore or whoever else is in there. Right now it's David Moore. David Moore and Father Flager don't even get along. A lot of people don't even know that, but they don't even get along. But he runs the TIF money. Father Flager as the clergy over there. David Moore rocks with T.L. Barrett and Tory Barrett. T.L. Barrett is a old bishop or pastor or something like that, and his son is Tory Barrett. He owns a develop business. So across the street from 7954, 7958 South Halsted is some new affordable housing. That's Tory Barrett. And they got TIF money for that.
To do that. Now they already making millions. They already making money.
Right.
But they get money to do it. But when you go look at your property tax bill, what you see TIF, tax increment finances that they taking from you, that you paying for. They taking it out. So anybody, like she said, you didn't tell Auburn Gresham, just go look at your property taxes. You're gonna see TIF, and they're gonna see how much they taking out your property taxes to give to these crooks.
Yeah.
To fund and make money in our community that don't never come back to us, the people like you who like Zoe, who a business, who was a business and residential that should have gotten that TIF money to rehab her own place. We don't get it.
With and then the opportunity zone that Tim Scott and President Trump put in place. If the opportunities, if they were right people, if these people were righteous people, how it goes is my godfather, my mother was supposed to go to, and what they did, they went to David Moore. Before that, they went to LaTanya Thomas. Before that, they went to Terry Peterson. They all daily moves, all daily people. Latasha Thomas and Terry Peterson. They denied my godfather. No, start putting these big tax bills on there because they're gonna take the money. They're gonna take the building regardless, right? Then my mom got involved and said, all right, we're gonna pay this last tax bill, but after that, we're gonna put it in a nonprofit, then they can't tax. Once my mother did that and they started going around asking David Moore for the TIF money, he got an attitude and said, you're going to come in here with a PowerPoint. You want to come here with a PowerPoint, got mad, all this stuff. My mother had all the drawings, everything to show what she was going to do with the affordable housing and TIF money. But instead, the city of Chicago went and knocked it down.
She was in her right, because what are you going to say? She rightfully deserved to get that. She had everything, the requirements.
Yeah.
So before I give it to you, because I'm rightfully so. You owe this. I owe this to you. I'm just gonna knock it down. Because now if you don't have a bill, then you know, we ain't gonna do that. But could you tell them what it would have looked like if they was honest and righteous?
Yeah, so if they were honest and righteous,
you would have went.
The Sandpiper Lounge would have been, my mother was trying to do like a community center at the bottom, and then the apartments were supposed to be for veteran families. And my mother's nonprofit is Notre Dame Affordable Housing, and it was for veterans, families, single family veterans or veterans with families. That was what it was supposed to be. And they were supposed to.
So you would have went to you had this idea.
Yeah. They would have get a recommendation. All he do is write a letter.
Okay.
And says, hi, I met with Notre Dame Affordable Housing.
So tell, because remember the gentleman asked what you, so you would have said that you're in the TIF.
Yeah, you apply for the TIF.
You would apply for the TIF.
And they're supposed to help you.
Okay.
They're supposed to help you. All of them supposed to help you.
So you go
apply for the TIF. Yeah.
You would apply
for the TIF.
Because you have to help you.
Yeah, they'll help you. And then some people, some people, they're Carrie Austin. A lot of people don't like her, but Carrie Austin and her chief of staff, they would have TIF seminars.
Okay.
and let people come in and show you how to fill out the tip stuff and all that stuff. Miss Jackie, she was able to get some.
Oh,
She ain't got a neighborhood opportunity grant.
Oh, she had,
But then they end up messing the thing up. But that's what you're supposed to do.
So your alderman
is supposed to do that. Then give you a letter.
Mhm.
Then if Father Flagler was a good priest, and because Notre Dame is my mother's Catholic and it comes from Notre Dame college, university, and then our priest that helped us with it, he went to Notre Dame.
Mhm.
From one priest to another priest,
Okay.
he should have wrote the recommendation also.
Okay.
Right? So you take both recommendations to the Department of Planning
Okay.
with the amount of money that you're trying to seek for TIF money.
Okay.
Right now, if they were really caring about you, they would try to help you get every type of
Yeah,
grant and
and-
stuff
and
as well,
qualify.
and what you qualify like they do with all these developers. Right? Lincoln Yards, prime example. Lincoln Yards had the biggest TIF ever. $900 million, almost $1 billion in TIF money. Their bank, to this day, now they axed it out there. It's not gonna be no Lincoln Yards. You know how much money is left from that 900 million? $79.5 million. They spent all that money, all that TIF money, and you're never gonna get it back. All that TIF money that they took from different districts to go into Lincoln Yards that wasn't even a blighted area.
Mhm.
It was already good. Didn't even need to have that money. But that money, that $900 million, came from blighted areas on the south side, west side. That's our money.
Mhm.
That's supposed to be our money. And then, if they really cared, the opportunity zone that Trump put in place after you got the TIF money, after you fix it up, if you're not a nonprofit, see, we were a nonprofit.
So you would-
If you're not a nonprofit, the opportunity zone freezes your taxes for 10 years.
So you would have asked them, like you said, went to the Department of Planning, you would have said, hey, we need, let's just say $1 million.
Yeah, whatever the TIF district.
And then they would have said, you would have shown your little PowerPoints, your little business plan, whatever.
And the amounts, why? Why you need $1 million? Maybe carpeting, you need a new roof, you need da. All that.
So they would have said, okay, looked at it, and then they would say, okay, you get that. So they gave you the money, you would have fixed your mother would have fixed.
So the team that my mother had developers, the Ukrainians, shout out to you, a lot of Ukrainians. The Ukrainians was trying to help my mother build. They paid for the blue sheets, the what's it called when you talk the drawings. They paid for the drawings for
Architect.
the architect drawings and all that. They were ready to move. The city by way of the alderman. The alderman has too much power over TIF money. They are the ones who tell you what they're gonna do with the TIF money. And they'll do stuff like what Michelle Harris did with that lady that got her buildings from the land bank. Going downsize to residential, so she don't have to give no TIF money.
Mhm.
And said like
It's all with us. So right now, this is what Zoe fight.
Yeah.
What she's saying is right now, if they would have been standing up and want to help us, because it's for our community, then she would have had that. They would have got those. The funds would have been allocated to her. They would have fixed it up, and then they would have had a thriving business right there in the community to help the people. This is what it would have looked like.
That's the
if
whole
they were up enough people. If they say that they want us to have things in our community, but they don't. They block it to make sure the people that live in that community and the people who try to help and want something, we can have that. But yet and still we see gas stations popping up and Dunkin' Donuts popping up, and they're getting the tip money to foreigners.
Yeah, they're getting the TIF money
In our community.
with no problem. Not even having them bring a whole bunch of stuff. And then they switch them out. They switch out the people, and sometimes because they out here on visas and stuff, so they got to go back to their countries, and sometimes they leave the businesses abandoned.
Mhm.
So they took the TIF money already, and then they go and do what they need to do. And and they've been doing this for so long and getting away with it because we don't speak about it, we don't talk about it, but you're paying for it on your property tax bill.
And Zoe, could you tell them one thing that's very important? Remember we were saying even with that, so even when they give you. So let's just say a company comes and say we need 20 million, right? That's your money. Talk about when they don't finish a project. Let's just say they don't finish it. I give you 20 million to do it because I know oversight.
They can abandon it. Lincoln Yards.
Abandon
$900 million in TIF money that we gave them. The city gave, right? $900 million. They asked to flow the whole Lincoln Yards plan last year. They left, it's only money that they got in there now is $79.9 million that Mayor Johnson is snatching to hurry up and try to figure out how he can take that expired TIF fund and go and put it towards this campaign.
Yeah, so they didn't even do the project, guys.
They
So they got money. So it would look like if Zoe told her them, I need $2 million for this project, they give it to Zoe, and then you never see a building being built right there. But she's able to keep that money with no oversight.
Yep.
No oversight.
No oversight.
But these rich developers do. They get all this, and they be getting like 20, 30, 40 million dollars until with no oversight, they finish a little bit, then they don't finish the project, and they don't have to account for the money that they receive off us. But we know that there's probably going back to these politicians' pockets.
Yeah.
Because that's all
It's that, they used to call it Daly's piggy bank, and it's their piggy bank.
Yeah.
You know, something that Bill said the other day. Well, I mean, because he's trying to, because Brandon Johnson's trying to push the biggest $1 billion surplus, TIF surplus in this budget, right? And that is half of that is going to CPS, right?
Mm-hmm.
He goes to CPS. That's TIF. It does not make any sense how much money that he just gave $15 million, well, 13.59 plus 910, about $14.5 million over here to Kenwood. Okay, now you got all these other schools, Corliss, that you got all these other places that need CVS need money. All these other places need money. Simeon, a Dunbar, all these High Park, all these other places. But you, because your son go here and y'all align with $1 Million Tony, that y'all gonna buy out the whole High Park and Kenwood area for the whole High Park and Kenwood area because a lot of these people voted for Vallis. The last election they voted for Vallis. So you're gonna buy out the High Park, buy out High Park and Kenwood, and think that that's gonna be okay. While property taxes is going up because of you, because of Brandon Johnson. Now, Brandon Johnson is the reason why, and Tony Preckwinkle. Tony Preckwinkle called over to the city earlier this year, and asked, last year, 2024, and asked him to please consider, went to those aldermen over there and said, please consider voting yes to that $71 million.
For those illegal aliens.
She did that. And you can go look this up. It's out there. It's out here. Same with Pritzker. Pritzker convinced him to not flew here, but drove here to come talk. They had a meeting about this $71 million because they say Brandon Johnson did not want to go through with it. But they convinced him to say yes to it. And he said yes because what he's trying to do is him and Obama and Maurice Robinson and John Roberson and Stephen Davis and Will Davis, and they are trying to push to do their own construction. They want their own construction company, like big construction company. Like they want to make sure they're taking care of all the construction, take all the public land and stuff. That's why they were trying to push for Walter Burnett Jr. to get in CHA.
And all got their real estate license.
All got their real estate license from Carrie Steele, water reclamation lady. All that pushed out them people out in Harvey. You're dealing with, they're trying to push the biggest gaming system. So they put that man, Michael McMurray, in that $58,000 position for aviation on purpose. They want to bring the gang. They lost a lot of money on this balance thing, right? That's why they're going into the hood, trying to get black people to invest in it and stuff like that. This city is not a casino city, so they lost a lot of money. But they let somebody who's not from Chicago convince y'all to bring a casino here. Lori Lightfoot. Lori Lightfoot is not from here. Lori Lightfoot. Nobody even heard of Lori Lightfoot until she popped out and became the mayor. No one know, and it was either her. It was the same thing with Vallis and Brandon Johnson. It was either vote for her or $1 Million Tony. And everybody know how $1 Million Tony is. So we're going to take our chances with alcoholic Lori. And that's what you did. But Lori, she's not as bad as this dude, but she made some terrible.
She was horrible too. She wasn't.
Yeah, like
getting worse. And
yeah. But she was, she like, but people say like, I'd rather have her. No, she was absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
You understand? None of these people are from here. None of these people appreciate the beauty of Chicago. They don't appreciate the beauty of the culture here. They don't know how to make money in this city when you can make money in this city. There's no way that our junk bond status should be low. There's no way in the world that we don't have we're not making any money. There's no way in the world that that we are in the rears like we are. Yes, we have no businesses.
Hard Rock, remember, guys, we had Hard Rock Cafe. We had we had, what was it, a Rainforest Cafe. We had Planet Hollywood.
Grand Lux.
We were known for the big ESPN zone. We had all of these places. I think only one. I think that. So all the places that bring tourism here that makes money and all of this.
Look at Magnificent Mall.
Yeah, it's
State Street.
Yeah, State, but then you got to think about too the crime as well. So it's a lot of things that we have to deal with, guys, that y'all don't understand when we keep putting these people in office. And they're not from Chicago. They don't know the culture. They don't know the history.
Yeah, they're lames.
They're lames. Come here. They don't care about Chicago. So if they destroy it, they don't care because it's not their home.
Yeah, they don't care about it. Yeah. They do not care about this city. Mm-hmm. And they don't care about the south side, the west side. And he's from Elgin. He's not from the west side. Mm-hmm. You understand? But and the people on the west side know that he's not from the west side. And he's dangerous to the west side. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are starting to see that he's dangerous to the west side. The west side is completely essayed out. Okay, they say it's so many essays over there. Oh. They say like they moving them in. It's box trucks every week. You got Jason Urban who has an open. He's gonna keep that open drug market because the more that it looks like that, the more TIF money that he can get in his district. Yeah. So they don't want his wife is just as bad. So I'm just saying, like, this is their money bag. This their money. They don't care about the change. They don't care about that Jason Urban doesn't care, or Brandon Johnson, that there are heroin addicts out there just laid out in the street. They don't care about any of those things. All they care about is this agenda, and the agenda is stealing as much TIF money as possible because the federal government is not giving them anything.
Thank you.
They are broke. When I say this city broke. The pension system is so abused that it needs to be reformed. Yes, and it needs somebody to come in just for the pension system. The pension system, there's no way in the world that we are paying for a pension system. Honestly, if everybody was to leave that did not receive a pension from the city, what are they going to do? Mm-hmm. What are they going to do? Like, honestly, if everybody was to leave that was not getting 2 and 3 pensions from the city, Troy Garcia is getting 5 pensions from the state.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. So this does not make any sense. And it's not going to make any sense until the people, the Chicago residents, the people who love this city, The people born and raised in this city know how this city works.
The people who your property tax, and when you look at that,
Yeah.
see all your property
Yeah.
tax you paying for.
So
real residents.
yeah, so when they come into these places, like Michael Scott Jr. did yesterday, Melissa Coney Irvin did yesterday, and even that activist lady. That's why you lost twice, because you said you talking crazy. Y'all keep bringing up Trump. And I'm gonna be out there fighting for y'all Medicaid. I'm gonna be out there fighting for your SNAP. Like that's what they look at us as. You literally can go apply for SNAP right now. You literally can go apply for Medicare. He's kidding the people off who are literally abusing that. Yeah, you literally, if you know that you need SNAP,
that's required by law.
Yeah.
To give it to
if you know that you need Medicaid and you're disabled, you understand? You're older. You can go get SNAP and Medicaid. He has not cut off anything.
He made them, and we had to come back because this is what they see. They look at black people as just welfare recipients.
Yeah.
Now, all those people in there are homeowners. We not worried about no welfare. We got jobs. We got businesses. We worry about losing our business, our livelihood, our generational wealth. We are not caring about no doggone SNAP and no government funding. See, but this is what they look at us as. So the problem was you telling these lies, but you didn't tell them that we are paying. That's what I said. You're not telling them that right now, 2025 alone, the taxpayers, we are paying $1.5 billion in Medicaid healthcare just for illegal aliens. You're not telling these people that that's why their property taxes high, that we are paying $300 to $500 million in SNAP benefits for illegal aliens because they own it more than us. You're not telling them that. You're not telling them that Trump asked for the roll and y'all would stop funding the Medicaid roll and all that and stop funding them, and y'all refused to. And he told you if you didn't, he was going to stop it. And y'all said, okay, stop it before we stop these illegal aliens from getting it. So he stopped federal, but the state, your governor, is still giving it to them, your money. So the federal is not, but the state still is funding them. See, but you won't tell them the truth.
Right. And
get out there and lie. And now we looking at her just lie. While your husband getting his raise, you getting yours, and everybody else and these are homeowners, not no real welfare recipients. And you sitting up there lying in their face, talking about you fighting Trump with Medicaid and Medicare.
Yeah. I'm not, and guess what? And I'm not giving him no money. And then you are the city treasurer,
right,
of city of Chicago, and that is the president of the United States of America. He can federally come here and remove you for not doing your job.
Right.
And number two is nobody. You don't have no money. You talking about something? I'm the one who take care of the money in the city. What money?
So you problem.
You should even be in that position. You went to BMO to get like some mortgage for your husband, and you use the account for the city. You see what I'm saying? Like y'all all do some trifling, shiesty stuff, but y'all all know something on somebody. So that's the problem, but we ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, we ain't got nothing to do with that at all. Someone asked, so we got to talk about the budget.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
Now the budget is, we are really talking about a tip. We really want to let y'all know because the tip, this is so important. This is
450.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, we are talking about the budget because this is what they are talking about with the tip money.
Right.
And we gotta keep drilling in your head because this is something that never gets talked about, but this is where most of the money that they're stealing from, and that's on your property tax line. So we really have to keep discussing the tip because there's a lot of people who are in the tip zone that don't even know it.
Yeah.
Don't even know what TIF is.
Don't even know what TIF is. And they're not going to tell you either.
Yeah.
Because if they tell you what TIF is, then they're going to have to help you get it. And that is their piggy bank. Honestly, if they were to do it right, if even when Daley was in office and they were holding daily, and these blacks and these clergy and all them accountable, Jesse Jackson, all that. 'Cause they gave Jesse Jackson about tip money. I guarantee you he got tip money.
Oh my God.
Okay, these people, our communities would be just like Lincoln Park. All of our staples, the Gladys restaurant would still be around. You understand? Regal would still be up. You understand? Like we had
bigger and better.
Yeah, like this is the money that's owed to us. It's really like it's sort of a form of a reparation, and they're taking this TIF money. Now and to the point now that the Hispanics are trying to push the progressive Hispanics are trying to push it into the white liberal wards up north because Humboldt Park ain't going.
Oh, they want to.
Humboldt Park, when they in Pilsen and Humboldt Park was not going. No, Humboldt Park, part of Humboldt Park wasn't going either. But yeah, but in Pilsen, but they were coming down there in buses, speaking in their language, in Spanish language, about we do not need TIF money because they know what TIF money has done to the black community. And look what they've done to the black community. Literally, TIF money has our communities look worse than what they looked like in the crack epidemic.
And then what they do with is with the TIF money, guys, the developers get that because the ultimate goal is once they allow everything to get so bad and ran down and things like that, then they come in with the TIF. When they really want to do something, then the developers, because it's all the developers that get this TIF money are politically plugged.
Yep.
That's not that these ain't just random, they politically plugged. And these are the people who get it. And so the goal is gentrification. So when they do decide to develop in the communities that they're gentrifying, then you're going to be pushed out and you're not going to be able to afford to come back because the affordable homes are not affordable, guys. It's only a certain percentage that's affordable, and the rest of them are valued to the regular market value price. So you're going to get a certain percentage, but those are not affordable. And then they're not just saying for American citizens, illegal aliens qualify, everybody. So you got to understand the play, and you won't be able to come back and afford just the buildings and apartment buildings around there because that made the property value go up, and then you can't afford it. It's pushing you out.
Yeah, it's pushing you out.
This is how
and that's why y'all are receiving those harassment calls about your house.
Are you selling your house?
Are you selling your house? Text messages. Yeah. I'm receiving text messages. One of my friends, an old friend of mine, she put my number down. And she had bought this nice was that three? I think it was 3 stories in Stony Island, off the Stony Island, over there in those nice where Michelle Harris is, like, I don't know if that's Pill Hill, I don't know what it's called, but over there. And I don't think she was able to keep it. And I don't know if it's under foreclosure, but they text me all day, just checking in foreclosure timelines in Illinois move fast with a short list of common mistakes to avoid to help right now. It's just all day. Would you like to sell this? My mom is getting messages, getting calls all day about that land over there. So, because we still have land. So they're asking.
And they know what just happened. And what they're going to do is just pay attention to the people who call. And just know that the people who you get the calls from. I'm just telling y'all, just notice that.
Yeah, and I mean, and they're getting aggressive with it, and they're praying, and they're looking to see how old they are. And let me tell you another thing, what they're doing too. I went to, and I gotta post these pictures. I'm posting probably today. I went in the beginning of the month, or maybe the end of last month. I went to a holiday party out. It was far. And it was a Polish holiday party. It was at they owned a place out there. They sold bathroom stuff, tubs and all that stuff, real nice stuff. And everything was in Polish. I didn't understand nothing they was saying. And but it was nice, beautiful, good food. It was an auction, all this stuff, and met great people. But there was only a total of 4 black people. Everybody else Polish. Mind you, they don't speak no. I mean, they speak in English when you talk to them, but everything, the whole thing is in Polish. The music in Polish, everything Polish. I'm walking around and I see a guy, and I'm like, he looks at me like he saw a ghost. And I'm looking at him like, I must see him somewhere. And I said, I'm just trying to figure out where I see him. So while I'm talking and talking, I seen him again. He walks past. He puts his head down. He walks out, pop back out real fast. Like I guess trying to see where I was. Then I'm like, that's the dude. When you go upstairs to the buildings department and you ask for any information about buildings, you give it to him. So in 2024 and 2023, I would see all these Hispanics bring a list of addresses. Give him the list. He will come back with all these papers again. You can go upstairs and get any information about any area. So majority of those addresses was in what? South side, west side
neighborhoods, and they go back and they go back them homes. They go back those homes and they look at the black names.
Yep, and
the ages. They go back your home.
Yep.
And now you see you was predominantly a black area neighborhood. Now Hispanics. It's all Hispanics. Hey, I keep telling you.
Then they go talk to somebody over in Cook County. Go play with their deeds, change their deeds up, because that's what they did with us. See, they thought they saw the deed, the quick claim deed that my godfather can do with my mom. So they thought that was it. That we didn't have the real deed. The real deed was in the Chicago Land and Trust the whole time. But they so used to stealing elderly properties and changing deeds and making them sign stuff that they don't know and come knock on their door because they know they're vulnerable, they know they're fragile. They know some of them have a little bit of dementia. They know some of they kids ain't around or don't know or on drugs as well, or they parent or they'll get they parent. I mean their child who's a hustler and don't understand that this house is worth millions of dollars, but you about to sell it off for $100,000 because you don't want to take care of it because it's a roof in the hole. A hole in the roof, and you can go get your own. It's paid off. You can go buy a new roof. But
so we got to be very, very careful about your homes and things, because those are some of the ways they look up. They see your home as black names. They know black names and Hispanic names. They go back, they go target the black communities. And then you'll notice that's why your homes are being taken and bought for real cheap, because they know if you're elderly and you scared, you're just seeing these high property taxes, then you scared. And they talk about foreclosure, but like that text Zoe read to you. Those people gonna be like, oh my God, I can't pay for this. And then they gonna sell their home real quick and they gonna get a voucher. This is how they do it. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and it's in certain areas, and they're going to continue to do it if you guys do not start inquiring about the TIF money. Reach out to your alderman and say, hey, what's up with this TIF money I'll keep hearing about? Tax increment financing.
Am I in ask them?
Yeah.
Just ask them.
Yeah, ask them. You can go on the cityofchicago.gov to see if you're in the TIF zone.
And then see what they tell.
See what they tell.
Yeah.
And they will act like they don't know nothing about TIF.
Right.
They don't know what you're talking about. Whole time, they piggyback. They doing whatever. So they get the TIF money, plus they get $1.5 million to fix anything in the ward. So if you know that if you in a ward and you got, I don't know, Indian trails over that area, you know it's messed up over there. Why are you not taking half of that money and fixing Indian trails?
Right.
You're not going to do it because that's an extra $1.5 million in their pocket to do what they want to do with it. So it's and you watch them, like I said, they're stealing. But let's get, somebody had asked a question about the budget. All right, so the budget passed, but the budget didn't pass. I don't consider the budget passing. So when people ask me, did the budget pass? Nah, it didn't pass because he can still veto it. You have to have a total of 34 votes in order for him not to veto. He only has 30 votes.
So the Alderman budget passed. They pay us their own budget.
Yeah.
But overall, he can veto it.
Yeah. So the city of Chicago, the Chicago City Council passed the 2026 city budget by a 30-18 vote without Mayor Brandon Johnson's proposed corporate head tax and other parts of his original plan. That vote was not veto-proof. It did not reach the 34 votes needed to override his veto. Because council members rejected key parts of the mayor's proposal, the budget now goes back to Mayor Johnson for his decision on whether to sign it into law or veto it. Johnson and his administration have not yet publicly announced a final decision on a veto, even though he has criticized the council's version as morally bankrupt and unbalanced. Now, I want him to veto it. And the reason why I want him to veto it, because Brandon Johnson thinks that he is a cult leader. He thinks that he is like one of them people. Who was that guy who had all them women? I forgot that dude's name.
A lot of them. But it's a lot of them.
Okay, but yeah.
But yeah.
But he's a cult. He believes that he is the master of whatever this cult is in his mind. Mm-hmm. See, they took a class of he's brainwashed. He's not here with us. Like when people say he's not even paying attention to y'all, it's disrespectful. I'm not talking to him. Mm-hmm. I'm talking to him, but actually want other people to hear. Like we're on a conference call. Mm-hmm. He's there, but this is for the people to hear. Yeah. I don't care about him not paying attention to me. I don't care about the city council moving around because they hear us. Mm-hmm. They hear us loud and clear. Somebody's watching right now because we're not down there. Okay, we got as many people watching us right now than watch down there as well. Okay, so I'm talking to y'all. Yeah. I'm talking to Chicago residents. I'm talking to the kids of Chicago. I'm talking to the new voters of Chicago. I'm talking to the couch voters. I'm talking to the Democrats who see that this is not what y'all thought the Democrats was to stand for. I'm talking to the homeowners. I'm talking to the property owners. I'm talking to the small business owners. I'm talking to the corporations. Yeah. I'm talking to the righteous real estate people, the people who do not want to be like BlackRock and do not want to try to hold a monopoly on us and understands the beauty of single family homes. I'm talking to those developers who understand and want to build single family homes. This does not make any sense. And we cannot continue to allow the disgrace 50, and I have a new word for the 20, the scandalous 20, to continue to play with us like we're slow and stupid and dumb, and we just don't comprehend. We don't know how to count. Life is just not fair. We're just enslaved and prisoners of this tax that they are putting on us because we're funding their lifestyle.
Because I just want to say, and I think I think all of them need to be fired because it's a lazy way of governance. Because if you think about it, Mayor Johnson, 98% of their budget is terrible. They only 1%, what is it, 1.5% or whatever that they're dealing with of the budget.
Yeah.
And it's only about the head tax, things like that. It was a myriad of things they should have addressed in that budget. Even the 200 million and their special events for new arrival services. Why you all didn't address that? Why didn't you address these raises that that Brendan Johnson administration is getting? Why you didn't address the raises that the Aldermen are getting? This budget is not good on their side, the alternate budget that they propose or his budget. They only dealing with, I think 98%. The whole 98% of his budget, they good with. It's probably just like 1%, 1% that they're dealing with, and that's the head tax, which if they're your elected officials, they should be dealing with the whole budget and looking at the entire, like Zoe, these things. And we were saying, hold on, that don't make sense. They should have been looking through we got 50 aldermen. They all should have been looking through that whole budget, taking the time, because this is what they get paid to do. They get paid to look through every single line and page of that budget and say, nope, this ain't gonna work for the taxpayer. No, 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 no. Instead, they only dealing with that percentage. And it took people who not even in that position to find this, to call this out. Why y'all not even addressing this? And this is why. But in their ultimate proposal, see, Brandon Johnson just want to kill us fast.
Yeah.
They want to kill us slowly. This is your alderman. So it's either a fast death or a slow death is what they put before us. The aldermen are nickel and diming us. We instead of 10 cents for a bed, we're gonna be paying 15 cents for a bed. They want gambling machines in every store and things like that. They're taxing us where we're trying to get small businesses and business. Now your business license, when you go apply and say 250, you're gonna be paying 500. Hotels, instead of paying 250 was 500, they be paying 1,000. So these are all the things they're proposing, which in turn keep falling on the taxpayers.
Right.
They're not addressing the library, that they're understaffed, understaffed. They don't have the materials yet. Brendan Johnson, Chris Brown, his commissioner of the library, is making 217,000. And we'll be getting a raise, a 6,000 raise. In turn, he would be making 223,000 a year, and which he'd be making more than a mayor. But when you look on a line, you're paying for the Chicago Public Library, and it went up. But they're underfunded, but he's getting his raise is up there. See, we have to address that. He shouldn't even be getting a raise. And why is he getting 217,000? All those people that's making his administration, those should be cut. See, we gotta cut spending. This is a budget. You gotta cut the spending. First of all, stop the bleeding. So we gotta cut it. Then we got to see how we're going to bring money in. Should nobody be getting raises while we're in a deficit. Nobody. Because what Zoe said, with these raises and their salaries, just this administration alone, the taxpayer, you are paying over 600 million just in that alone. Why should they be getting that when we're in a deficit? That'll take care of half of the deficit right there. But see, it's not about you. So the ultimate budget is killing you slowly. Just like if you got a driveway and you're a homeowner, they're going up. What I saw was like a year you're paying, maybe let's just say you're paying 500 a year for your driveway. If it's 500 feet, 25, 80, whatever it is, then you are going to be paying maybe $200 more, $100 more. If you are for the stream, remember they said for you when you are streaming things on social media and things, all of these are taxes that we're going to feel as taxpayers. So the ultimate budget is garbage. It was a lazy way of doing it anyway. So we're paying for it slowly. It's not just a big lump sum or just tax you 30,000, but then you're gonna pay that 30,000 in nickel and dime in here, nickel and dime in here. It's all they failed us, guys. They all failed us.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, they weren't gonna do anything if this is my third budget season. This is her second. So I started when he first started. I've been doing this term with him. I've been to so yeah, he corrupt. He corrupt and he dumb and he arrogant.
Yeah.
So a corrupt, dumb, arrogant person is worse than a daily could ever be, worse than a wrong could ever be, worse than a Lori could ever be. Like, so when people sit and say why y'all didn't go after daily, I wasn't here.
Yeah, and
Okay, I wasn't here, and at that time we didn't realize, my mother didn't know that this was what it was. My mother, they and the building was still up. They knocked the building down when Rahm Emanuel was in office, and then my mother had an attorney. The only reason why I got involved is because the attorney sold my mother out. The city of Chicago Law Department paid off my mom's attorney so she could lose this case. And my mother was not accepting that. She was not accepting that the reason why she's losing this case is because they don't have the city is maintaining their position that we don't own it. How can you tell us what we don't own and what you don't own it? But you knocked it down and you had a the demolition permit that said the city of Chicago. So you didn't own it. We had the deed. And because we had the deed and my mother had a voicemail from y'all law department, my mother was not accepting that decision.
Right.
So, and my mother refused to leave. I told my mother, "Mom, just come to Atlanta. You keep saying how corrupt the city is." Da da da. She was like, "Nah." And my mother went into the hospital, and that's what made. Ain't nobody. I'm not. That's my mom. You only get one mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a good, me and my mother didn't have a perfect relationship, but my mother was a great mother. You understand? My mother made sure I was able to I was afforded anything that I wanted to do as long as it wasn't hurting myself or anyone else. So I'm not going to let you hurt my mother, and I'm not going to let you hurt my godfather who built his reputation and his DJing and his legacy and helped out Auburn Grisham for decades. So no, we're not going to do that because I saw you do it to Gladys. I saw you do it to Herman Roberts. I saw you do it to Mr. Armour. The Regal Theater. We're Harold Washington's house. That should be an automatic landmark. Chicago Tribune.
Mm-hmm.
What are y'all doing? We're Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
McDonald's, Rock and Roll McDonald's should have never changed.
Yeah.
Planet Hollywood.
But we used to go to. This is how it used to be, guys, before the crime. We had crime in our community, but what you used to do was, you used to take your kids from your crime-ridden area, and wasn't as bad as it is now. But you would drive to downtown for your kids to enjoy the Rainforest Cafe, the gorillas, and it's like, oh my God, I was so intrigued. And we used to have a nice time sitting, eat the kids, and then you might go to the show. It was just a place for family, and you felt safe. All the stores were open. Then you can go say, let me just go to Planet Hollywood. You didn't even have to go and buy anything, just to go and just enjoy the ambiance, just to be in there. ESPN. So these are things that we know Chicago was, and which you was looking forward to doing in your, as a young adult, because I was young when my kids, I was in my 20s and 30s, but you know what it was like. Beautiful. We was used to, couldn't wait to around this time when they would have a tree lighting service, and they would have, it used to be Marshall Fields. You should go look in the window. When they was putting up the Christmas decoration, you used to go bring your family. These are things we enjoy. Your kids look forward to, and we knew we were safe downtown. We
Yeah.
knew that this is was tradition. Now look at, now look at, especially when they had these illegal aliens that sheltered down there, all just down there.
Right.
It's ridiculous. They're turning our city to a third world country and
Okay.
on purpose. Look at Detroit, how Detroit had to, they're just starting to come back. But look what it turned to. Look what Gary, Indiana turned to. They're trying to make that, and we're, oh, the foreigners, people who foreign or people who are not native here in Chicago, we're letting them come and destroy our city, and they don't have no they have nothing to lose because they don't care. This is not their city. This is not their home.
Right.
So the people of Chicago is our fault. They're born and raised where your mother went to work. My grandmother worked for Cook's brother. She was a nanny. Brothers, you know, we used to go to the store and buy Christmas gifts from their cook brothers. So the things that our grandparents and things, but that were still nannies and things, house cleaning they rich people houses. They sacrificed that for us to have these things. And then we're going to houses and things. And we're gonna let somebody come in to our community, to our city who hate this and take over, guys. We can't allow that. This is crazy.
Right.
This would be crazy on us.
No, like real talk. Like, you know, one of the things that keep me going is my mom. This is her hometown, and my mom always saying that's why I left here in 1978. It's hard to make it here. I don't want to hear that. I want her to see that. Nah, we south of nah. I don't ever want to hear somebody leaving their hometown because it's hard to make it in their hometown.
While we let somebody who not in front of our hometown run our hometown into the ground. These people, we should have it so locked, like these little small towns and these little hicks places where only people who from there can get into government. Only people, we should never, anytime where, you know, your family born and raised and they got ties here, we should have it where these the people that should get into these offices in our city, and these we should vet them and know that these are people that know what the culture is, know what Chicago is, know what it's like, and preserve the culture and not let somebody come in who don't care about it and destroy it. Because this is how, when you go to any city and stuff, this is how they maintain, where you see their kids running the shops, and then their kids running the shops, and they 10 generations in the shops, because they don't allow outsiders to come into their place and destroy it. They don't allow it. We must take our city back. First of all, the United States and the Democratic Party, we allow too many foreigners to come in and to get into these seats.
Yeah.
But in Chicago alone, not only foreigners, we allow people who's not from here to come and get into these seats. So they're destroying it. And we must, as the real Chicagoans, rise up and say, I don't know what y'all thought Chicago was.
And that's
It always
I can't love your city more than you love your city.
see, your mother, you have roots here. Your mother born and raised here. Your mother had land here. See, you got roots here. That's what I'm talking about. You were here. You just moved and did what you want to do. But what I'm saying is, these are roots that we have, that we sacrifice our parents, grandparents, paid into this system in Illinois and Chicago. Our parents, grandmothers, great grandmothers paid into the system and sacrificed. And it wasn't easy for us to be able to have these things. And then we allow people to come and take these things from us. And we must now say, you know what? We did. We were asleep. Now we're not. We're not going to allow it. The real Chicagoans have to rise up, stand up, and take our city back and let these set the precedents, because I keep telling y'all, the world is watching Chicago. The world is watching us. If we get this right, we're going to set a precedent for every other city, Democratic ran city and state, to let them know we're going to rise up. You are never going to play with us again. And if you do, this is what happens to people who come in here and try to do this to cities like this. And once you do that, this is just the standard, guys. I promise y'all, once we flip Chicago to the red, that's going to set the precedence of everybody else. Watch what happened to all these other Democratic red cities and states. Watch how scared they get. Watch how they start to treat the citizens different. Watch how they start, because now they know, okay, this can happen. We must give the residents what they want. We can't be, you ain't gonna see them, you're not gonna see them. I bet you won't see them crashing out for illegal aliens like that again. Because the real residents have spoke.
Yep.
They gonna start coming right there and saying, well, you know what? Yeah, watch. But we have to take that power back. We not giving it away.
We really have.
But like Zoe said, it's a new time, a new day. It's over for
Ain't
y'all.
nobody.
Y'all should have never played with the real Chicago.
Ain't nobody gonna, anybody that ain't nobody. I know my privilege. I know that I'm free. I know that and as an entrepreneur, I don't answer to nobody.
Right.
So I'm not gonna answer to a government that I do not care to even pay into.
Right.
I don't care to pay into y'all. Y'all won't leave me alone. Y'all won't settle the case. Y'all won't settle the case. My mother's got all the evidence against y'all. Okay, this is how it works. But the government gonna do what they want to do because the government is compromised. The government's been compromised. And I'm not gonna say you're gonna be able to get all the people out, but we can get majority of them out. So it's a playing field.
We have to change
the playing field is level. And that's what it needs to be. It needs to be about, I don't care, man. We need to bring 30 conservative aldermen into City Hall. If we're gonna keep with these 50, we don't need 50 aldermen, but until we can change that, we need 30 conservative Chicagoans in there. The more they understand everything starts with Chicago, ends with Chicago. We're not thinking about no other countries, but the countries that assimilated into the Chicago culture, and we're going to deal with this. Just the Illinois Constitution, the state constitution. We're going to deal with the U.S. Constitution. We are going to pledge allegiance to the republic. We are going to understand and recognize that this is Abraham Lincoln's state, land of the Lincoln, and that's that. If you are not on any of those, if you understand equity, you understand school choice, you understand religious choice, then that's the only people that are going to be allowed to get in them seats.
Yeah, and see what you will have this, guys. What will happen is now you have people who have not, like all your people down there compromised. They can't do nothing because they all took from and stole maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago. They can't tell on each other because everybody got something on everybody. So when they can't do it, they have to go with this agenda. But when you have new people, that's why we keep telling y'all, when you have new people who have not sold out to nobody, and you get people who are righteous, your mayor, because your governor and mayor have to be in sync with each other in order for those.
I'm mayor.
They have to be in sync with each other.
This is the mayor. This is the mayor. So just understand and be prepared that when she does announce, this is it. So they need to fall in line now. Somebody said you need that now. No, they need to fall in line now. But she's gonna be the mayor. This is gonna be the next mayor of Chicago. So just let y'all know that. All right, next.
So when they are in sync with each other, that means anything that needs to be implemented, it can, because everybody is on the same page with the alderman, with your we got Christian Maxwell running for first progression.
Jonathan Jackson.
Yeah. So when you get people, so everybody's advocating for laws for Americans, for the citizens of Illinois and Chicago. You can't do nothing but win. Citizens, you cannot listen to me. You cannot do nothing but win. People who know what's going on in your community. I know already what we need. I know already what's going on. I know when you walk down the street, I've been screaming to you all. It just came out in Washington, D.C., in Washington, that chief been cooking them numbers. She been cooking them numbers for the crime stats. She just resigned. I can't think of that lady name. She's the chief, the deputy chief, or she's the chief superintendent. But she's not really. It don't say superintendent. It's another name. They just found out that they've been cooking them books for the crime. That crime is not down, and she's been bullying her colleagues to mess with them numbers, play with them numbers, and if they didn't, they've been getting punished and things like that. I keep telling y'all, we cannot let nobody.
Chief.
Yeah, chief.
Yeah, chief of the Metropolitan Police Department.
Now she stepped down. She's been investigated. It's the same thing was happening in Chicago and with Brandon Johnson administration. They're cooking these numbers, the stacks. But we should not let anybody tell us, the real residents who live in these communities, we should never allow nobody to tell us that something is safe in our communities when we know we don't, and we live that every day. We should never had to, I should have never had to be going on Capitol Hill, going to on Fox, screaming it to the rooftop that we are not safe and telling y'all these stacks are being played with. These, I don't care about those. Every time y'all heard me say, I said, I don't care about those fake stacks. I'm living it. You can't tell me about no fake stacks, and I'm gonna let a Democrat tell me. You got to have that, because I know that when I go and stop at a red light, I'm watching every car that's on the side of me, because I know somebody might jump out and try to rob me. This is what I know, but you're not gonna tell me it's not that. So we can't keep allowing these people, now that you playing with these stacks, you took shots by the way, so you won't have no digital trail fingerprint, and you playing with these stacks, and now you having people to have a sense of feel like they're safe when you know they are not. So they might, guards might be a little down because they thinking, oh, crime is down, when you know it's not. And now they get killed or shot. Or like the lady burned on the train, or the lady that got raped in the wheelchair, because now you lying about these stacks and people are putting their guards down when you know that's not true, that you know crime is at an all-time high. But this is the evil right there. How dare you do that? Because people losing their lives. You're playing with people's lives. When you die, guys, you don't come back. Once you die, it's over. You're not coming back on this side of the earth again. You're never going to see your loved ones.
Yeah.
This is dangerous. We can't keep it. While the hypocrisy is, he have his detail 150, and his kid have his.
And Kenwood.
Like the guy said, that was so profane. He said, would you trust, he said, Brandon Johnson, would you trust Chicago with your kid?
Right.
Is it safe enough for your kid to walk around? Would you trust Chicago with your kid?
Would you trust Chicago with your kid?
Answer that. With your kid, would you trust Chicago to have your kid on the train without the police details that's come from Killwood and get on the train? Would you trust that for your kid? No, you wouldn't.
Yep. Yep.
So I don't trust it for my mama, for my kid, for my son, my daughter, my grandmama. I don't. But then you got to have a president like Trump to make you do your job, to make the train. After we didn't have all these incidents on the train, you have to have Trump to then come in and say, I'm gonna withhold funds from that if you don't take care of this. This is how bad this is. Why should, this is your job, but this man have to make you do your job. And that's one of your oath of duty as a mayor, is to protect your citizens. That's, guys, I don't know how much plainer it's gonna, I mean, everything is here. God is showing us everything. It's just up to us to just receive it and say, you know what, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, that's, I mean, it's real simple. economics is not making no sense. Like you gotta just like all the real OGs know, all the real people who did stupid time for selling weed and stuff, selling weed and doing what they need to do to get their families out of poverty because they put those drugs in our community, so you had to do what you had to do. You understand? Because you couldn't get no jobs. It was making sure they had everything on your background. So so now it was so many people that have that entrepreneur mindset, and using all those entrepreneur skills and putting it to the good now, being want to be real estate agents, real estate developers, want to have multiple buildings and make sure to be good landlords and tenants. But
Want to have construction
want to have construction companies.
Yeah.
Want to do all the things that we can do and are blessed to do because once we put our mind to it, we the coldest. We can do it. That's the gift that God has given us, and we're letting a group of rejects, people who have taken an oath to a system that we fund, and they're trying to make it like we're stupid, we're delusional, and if we speak out against it, they're gonna lock us up, like they did with the '94 crime bill, like they do anytime that we speak up. They always bring the police there to keep that division. They want to. And this man and Brandon Johnson openly and Brian Central Lopez openly said in the last meeting, fight. 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 Get out here in the street. Organize. That's all that. Get out there. They want y'all to fill the streets up. They want these kids to fill the streets up, start burning downtown, start making it like a Rodney King. These kids don't even know what they fighting for. Rebels without a cause. They're getting paid. And they're able to do inappropriate things at a young age that their parents would never approve of. But that's how they're getting it and manipulating them. And how I know this is because I was a 14-year-old that was messing with a 28-year-old who was a behavior counselor. Okay, she in a letter she says, "I can't believe I'm in love with a child." Okay, these are the type of people that are running these schools, who are running CTU,
And these
who are running these organizers. They are all into this. They're trying to normalize this weird stuff. And as an adult, I don't care how attracted you are to a child. That's crazy. But if you can't wait until you 18, until the legal age, and this is will be 18, then you belong in jail because you cannot control yourself. And if you can't control yourself, you're dangerous to any type of job that has to do with children, the public, or government. Government, schools, all that, all of us ran together. Anything that my tax dollar funds. And these behavior centers are to get Medicaid, to get all these things. All these companies, all these people have insurance, right? So the private places, like the place I was in, they're insured up to a certain amount of money. So when they were trying to fight these people, when we did mediation. Mediation is something that you don't even have to go to court. So they paid out of mediation. Imagine how much money we paying out of mediation in CPS. And CTU was when people that lady, she didn't go to jail. They let her resign quietly. And last time I checked, she now a principal at a school. So I'm just saying, like, they let her pass though. She was a woman. You understand? They don't know how. You understand all that. Well, it was a girl and a girl. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thought process that they have and what they're doing with indoctrinating these kids. Kids. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem, and we have to stop all this. And the only way we're gonna be able to stop this is get the feds involved, to get some forensic audits, talks everything. Stop everything until they start talking about where this migrant crisis money went to, while we're paying all these CPS money, Chicago Public Library, TIF money, all those things. Even at the bottom of some of the South Shore bills, they have Southeastern Mental Hospital.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was just like what?
What is that?
Because we don't have no mental hospital. That's yeah. That was a item that I was there.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, somebody gonna have to sit down because they keep bringing out Tara Stance. She don't know what she's talking about. Michael Scott Jr. Mind, these are all the kids of like her mother's Marion Stamps, Michael Scott Jr., Monique Scott. Their father is Michael Scott Sr., who was found dead, with a suicide. They shot him in the head twice. He shot himself in the head twice.
That's why I said compromise.
So they bring all these people up. Mike Michelle, Conyers Irvin, Melissa Conyers Irvin, Kenyier Irvin, Jason Irvin's wife. That's what I'm saying. Like all these people that they're bringing out. Yesterday they had a guy named Brian Ransom Jr. He came from New Orleans.
Right, trying to tell us.
Trying to tell them. Right. And saying that it's not a land grab. You guys just do not pay your taxes. You got to pay. And you have to pay your taxes.
And you can't complain for CPS, because what about the kids?
Yeah.
See, they always, and I'm looking at this fool like, dude, listen, guys. Brandon Johnson keep talking about he was an organizer and that they organized sit-ins for when they starved themselves, what I'm saying, the strikes and stuff.
Yeah, Jeanette Taylor, she was standing on that. She wobbling.
They're organizers for
he the only one that look like it.
Hear these kids right now, because it was one young lady and she couldn't be no more than like 18 or something, and she talking about we are organizers and we are organized. These are the coats that, like Zoe keeps saying, these are the baby coats that they're indoctrinating, keep bringing them in, and they keep talking about this organizing. We went to William Hall Church.
Right.
It was that
black voter, Chicago Black Voter Project.
Chicago Black Voter Project.
Barbecue.
They're funding these people. And they was young people. They was a youth that he probably gave money to. Those probably the jobs he's talking about, because they were young people and they were knocking on doors and things like that to get them to vote for a Democrat. So these are and they call themselves organized. I want y'all to keep saying that. So when
he keeps saying buzzwords, the buzzwords are organize, the ultra rich,
come together,
come together
and organize. Because Brian Central Lopez, they keep saying organize. So it's like Zoe said,
I was an organizer for this
CTU. She said she was an organizer.
Nobody an entrepreneur. Nobody a college graduate for what they went to Axel College for, like maybe mathematics, maybe being a scientist. None of these people they have no skills. Like when I say, like when people come to me all the time and they say, Zoe, you're an activist. No, I'm not. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm self-employed. I came into this fight because A, they have my mother messed up, but B, because you have my mother messed up and I need my money because I'm trying to push my uncomfortable truth lifestyle. I'm trying to kill cancel culture over here in the entertainment world because the comedians cannot say nothing. Comedy's not even funny right now because they cannot say nothing, and half the comedians are mad at Trump. Mm-hmm. So they can't even, you're not even funny because you mad at the wrong person. Yeah. You mad at the wrong person. You're not mad at Kamala. You're not mad at Biden. You're not mad that they brought all these people over here. You're not mad that they gave them the migrant package. You're not mad that they gave them food, shelter, medicine, businesses, cash money, houses. Y'all know rental properties, cars, insurance. They gave them everything without learn. They didn't have. They don't even have to speak English. So, and I'm not understanding how you're mad at me. You're mad at her. You're mad at Donald Trump or anybody that aligns with America First agenda, America First, Chicago First. You brainwash. You brainwash. You and Brandon Johnson and anybody that's affiliated with him all brainwashed. But again, it go back to the churches
and the schools. Because you know what? Let me just say this because we got real quick. So that's what we really want to talk about with the budget. We want to tell you that we need the alternate budget. We want to tell you really, I'm so glad that Zoe, we really got to keep telling you all about the TIF money because a lot of people are not educated on that. And that's a really big part of this budget. And the reason why you see things happening that they don't want us talking about. Because then once you educate yourself on what it is, then they couldn't just keep laundering that money like that and you will know about it. So that's like what the most important part that we did.
Oh yeah, no, you don't need college to go for office. I'm saying that there's certain parts, like there's certain parts of any government that these departments, you're gonna need people who went to school for this. Let it be training, like for instance, the budget. We have people that are doing the budget right now that have no idea what they're doing.
He put her the lady who's over there, the head of the budget.
Annette Guzman.
Yeah,
yeah.
Y'all should have saw her. Like,
yeah, she has no idea. She's college educated, but she's not. I guarantee you, is not in finance.
So what you have to do is, guys, you must. Because you're not going to have a mayor that knows how to do everything. All that. That's just impossible. It's about like Trump. You know, Trump have his dream team around him who he implements in those places that he needs to get done. So you must have people in those departments that are great, not know who your friends, whatever, who are great.
Yeah, like public health.
What they do.
Public health needs to be a doctor.
Yeah.
A medical doctor. Now, it does not need to be somebody from Africa and India because for some reason they act like they don't have American doctors. I know plenty of American doctors right here that can help with American things. Now, I'm not saying we don't need maybe an African doctor for African people. You understand? Ethiopian doctor, Indian doctor, Asian doctor for Asian people. But for American people born here, where our bodies are different, especially Black Americans. We get sickle cell, we get lupus. There are things that we get that white people do not get. There are things that white people get that we do not get. Everybody has. The public health should have various components, and if it would have had various components during COVID. It's not just the Asian, because it like you gotta get mad at Trump, the China virus. That's where it came from. Now he's telling you from a person who born and raised in the city of New York, okay, also knows that he probably had flu before. I've had the flu before. Have you had the flu before? You have to build your immune system. We have I have one of the strongest immune systems. One of the strongest immune systems because my mother made sure I slept with the window open as a child. My mother always did that. My mother always made sure they had the remedies. If I get a fever, cold water, rub myself with alcohol. It can break the fever. I do those things to this day. So when COVID came and when I got COVID and stuff, you're gonna need a shot. No, I don't. I never had to take a flu shot in my life. I thug it out. Give me some chicken noodle soup. Give me some orange juice. Give me some ginger ale. Give me some aspirin, and give me a nice bed and some TV. And let me sweat it out. Let me do whatever I pee it out. Let me do whatever I need to get this virus out of me. But I do not need, you cannot force me to get anything in my body that I do not want. And that is the issue. Our public health system is broken. Our immigration health system is broken. Our government is broken because we have people in there who have no idea what they're doing.
Like Brandon Johnson got his friends. Like, I'm serious. I'm like, dude, you can be dumb as rocks. This is how you know he that dumb. Or he really don't care. Because even if you don't know, you can get the right qualified people in those positions to make you look good. They can make you actually look good if you get the qualified people. He won't even do that.
Yeah.
He got people, like Zoe said, that you like, hold on. Why would you put her over there?
He fired the whole intergovernmental, all the people that were for the intergovernmental affairs. He fired all three of them. Well, he didn't fire them. They resigned because he was pushing for Kennedy Bartley, and no disrespect to Kennedy Bartley, but Kennedy Bartley is an organizer. And she's an organizer from United Working Families. She did go to college with DePaul University with my mom, but my sister, I don't know what her degree is, but she cannot, I don't care what degree she has, she cannot do intergovernmental. And intergovernmental, honestly, is not a college educated job. For real, if you know what to do. I don't have a college degree. But I guarantee you that if I run for office, I know what I'm doing, but I have a business mindset. I have an entrepreneurial mindset. Now, I think I go back and forth with myself and I say, you know what? I am going to go back to college. I went to college for one semester. There weren't no good looking girls in there, so I didn't go back. So, but now I'm ready. But I'm going to go to get my law degree.
Yeah, you could just.
Yes, because that is what we need. I would like to open up my own. I want to make sure I have a law degree. So anytime I have to come out of retirement, that I'm able to practice and nobody can't tell me nothing.
And see, that's what Trump did. Trump is a businessman. Trump know what agenda he want. He know exactly how he wants it. And now he got the qualified people to get the job. He know what he see. So your thing is, you see the vision, you know what you gotta have, you know what you need, you know this is what it is, because you're gonna have the final say so. But you gotta have the right people.
And critical thinking skills.
Yeah,
that's your degree.
Yeah, like
your degree.
Because we see none of these people got common
Your
sense.
degree what your degree is logic, critical thinking skills, and common sense. You have to have logic and common sense. You have to have critical thinking skills. You have to be able to, you can be emotional, but you also have to come back and be like, look, this is about the people. I understand that you feel some type of way, but this is overall about the people, and you have to make the decision for the people. And this is and if you make the decision for the people, then it should be no problem with you doing the right thing.
Because it's not about you, and that's what you all. And you have, and people around you have to have that same understanding. So, like she said, they got to be qualified. Like I'm talking about, being able to do that job greatly, but they gotta walk with integrity, and they have to understand everything you're doing is to benefit the people that you work for. You work for these people, the arrogance that everybody see, and they starting to see, because they said that in that meeting, town hall, which made us feel good. They're starting to see that these people don't understand that they work for the citizens. These people think that they don't have to tell you anything. When they come in the room, they're gracing you with their presence, that you should be, oh my God. See, this is how they think, but they don't understand that you work for the people. The people are your boss. And they forget.
If Jeanette Taylor can do it, y'all can do it.
Yeah, and
Jeanette Taylor's and she's compromised.
Yeah,
she can't come to work because she can't face us.
Yeah.
She always want to push that organizer stuff. but don't own no property. A lot of people don't even own property.
A lot of
So they voting for affordable housing because they're renters.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And they get money. She get money from CTU.
Yeah.
When she tried to speak out, sometimes they put her back in her place.
Oh man, you can tell because they get real quiet. They check them, and that's what we keep saying when we say compromise. That's exactly.
They all need to be removed.
So that's why you have to look at. I keep telling y'all, you got to look at policies because when the policies are the policies, that means you got to align with the policies. And if you look at the Republican Party policies, that's what you align with. When you look at the America First agenda, that's what you align with because it's about Americans. So you have to just understand all your elected officials, down from your governor to your alderman to your mayor, they're just a representation of the people they govern.
Yeah.
So they're just a representation. That means if you got LGBTQ, if you have liberals, if you have conservatives, if you have whatever, you got to represent all those people because it's just not you just gonna govern just one set of people. You're representing everybody. So whether they hate you or not, you still got to do what's best for them too.
Right.
So that's what you have to understand when you're governing from everybody. So because if you're the mayor of the city of Chicago, it's what you're governing. If you're the alderman, your district is what you're governing. And the people send you into these positions to represent on their behalf. So don't tell me what she wrong. I say, okay, this is what you want. You say, go tell Brandon Johnson or go vote for this because this is what we want. My only sole purpose is to go with y'all tell me what I want and go in there and try to push policies that what they told me that they want. That's it.
Right.
It's not to go in there and then take money and then give it and then align myself with their agenda when that goes against the very people who put me in there to represent them. That's not your place. That's not your goal. Nothing. But see, too many people get in those positions and they don't even go and now. When I say in position, I don't even go back to the people who put me in and go say, okay, what you say you wanted. I don't even think about you no more because you're not in the factory. I'm gonna go right in and keep voting for what I want, my money, my stuff, my wealth, my fame, my power, and I'm
blame it on
and I'm thinking about
racism.
Yeah.
Now don't get twisted. Racism is here, but it's a case by case study, and I'm not gonna stop and argue about racism when the country is built on racism.
Yeah.
And honestly,
we can deal with racism.
Yeah, honestly, that's why Chicago is standing on this hill by itself and the world is watching because of the healthy segregation in this city.
Because
the healthy segregation, everybody was fine. Everybody was fine. And they just continue, our black leadership just continues to milk everything out of our communities. While everybody else building, while the Hispanics building their communities Chinatown building their communities up.
Northside, yeah.
Northside building their communities up. You got the liberals up there all the way far up building their communities. But us, we just keep draining all our resources while all this TIF money, they keep getting because we have blight areas, but we can't never get highest crime. We can't never get out the blighted. But we're going to continue to be blighted because you continue to use our blightness and our blighted and our statistics to continue to profit off of black pain, black trauma. And yes, it is some brown trauma, but it's not like black trauma. Black trauma has gotten us nowhere. At least with brown trauma will stick together and continue to get to where they need.
And they understand family.
And they understand family, foundation, religion. You're not going to make
No.
All of those things, businesses.
Yeah, they understand that.
Construction, all of that. There's one-stop shop with the brown community.
Yeah.
The black community, we argue back and forth about is Chicago Fish Red getting paid or not? What?
Yeah. But
I'm not getting paid. I independently align myself with the Republican Party in this city when they said, when I first of all, when I said that they ain't got no Republican Party here. So that's number one. And number two is, are you crazy? You think that I'm gonna let you do me dirty when I done sued Famous Days, I done sued Delta Airlines, I asked to see policies, and when y'all don't have the policy, I have the right to have a law to sue y'all. So if you're absolutely insane, if I'm coming down here asking you guys to please look at this evidence and the harm that you did to my family, the government did to my family, we have the evidence, and you gonna ignore me? That's the worst customer service on earth. You crazy as hell if I'm going to continue to side with y'all. No, what's it called? Chicago Fish Red is Chicago Fish Red is for the real ones. Chicago Fish Red is for the independents who got conservative values and mature enough and want to live a nice, prosperous life. We done had our fun. We're partied out. We done did as many as we wanted to do. We did everything you wanted to do. We done repented. We done baptized. We settled down now. We can't drink as much as we want to drink anymore. We want to have house parties. We want to go back and forth. We want to raise our kids. We want our kids to raise their kids. We want to leave them with something. And that's what Chicago Fish Red is about. The Democratic Party here, they have turned into, they people. The Divine Nine, the friends of the Divine Nine, the friends of the Divine Nine in the churches, the Boule, all of that. Y'all went to some high school together, alumni, here. If you're not in that crew and in that club, you can't get in.
Yeah.
You can't get in. And my thing is, best of luck for you. But we're over here. We want to build. I built my table, and we're happy. And Danielle's built her table, and the other 7 people in our group have built their table, and we're welcoming you to come to our table so you can build your own table. Because that is what the only way that a Black America is going to strive in what we're dealing with. We have to build our own tables, and we have to help each other build our tables so our kids can understand that they can build their tables, so then they can teach their children how to build their tables and teach their children how to build their tables and teach our own history. Because the Democratic Party don't care about history. They don't care about Sojourner Truth. They don't care about Harriet Tubman. They don't care about Frederick Douglass. They don't care about Malcolm X. They don't care about Dr. King. They don't care about the Montgomery bus boycott. They don't care about Medgar Evers. They don't care about the first Black Republicans. They don't care about the radical Republicans. They don't care about the Civil War. They don't care about the U.S. Constitution. They do not care about the Bill of Rights. They don't care about the Declaration of Independence. They don't care about our history at all. And they're not going to never care about our history because they don't know the history.
They're a bunch of lying scammers. Look at what's happening in Minnesota. Look what's happening here. When we get this Doge going in Chicago and Illinois, when y'all see how much money they stole, I don't want to hear nobody say, when you all hear how much money these people have stolen. So, and I want to thank Gardner, Alderman Gardner. This is how bad. Let me just say this real quick. Alderman Gardner was the only alderman that stood up and even mentioned all the money we paid on these illegal aliens. Not one of your aldermen stood up, especially Black ones, stood up and even mentioned how the illegal alien invasion affected Chicago and our community and affected and told how much money we spent on them. And this is a direct reflection of what we are seeing right now of that deficit in these property taxes. Nobody said nothing, but Alderman Gardner was the only person who told the truth on that while we are even in this.
Dorothy Tillman definitely sold the community out.
Yeah.
Yeah, her and Hold on real quick.
Okay.
Her and Dorothy Tillman and Jesse Jackson came from the same place to sell out Chicago. Them two also were people not from Chicago.
Yeah, from Chicago. So Gardner stood up and just told, let it ride. He told everything, told the truth. Let's even see. We got to talk about. This is what I keep saying. They all want to just start in the middle of the story without talking about the beginning of the story of how we got here. We, like he said, the reason why we're even in this deficit is because all the money we gamble on illegal aliens, giving them all that free everything. That's why we even here. So we got to go to the beginning of the story to even talk about the middle of the story. And I was thanking him so much because he was the only one who spoke up and told the truth. And then you had, after he spoke up, first of all, this is how indoctrinated CTU and your white liberals are. When he's talking about what he said, we told the black community to wait your turn while we prioritize them, gave them everything. You had your CTU black boo him. The white liberals booed him. That's why you so cut it in the video. But
So it was he did 4 minutes, but 3 minutes of was Brandon Johnson taunting him. And the paid people that they brought in there booing him about everything that was true. And then you have Lamont Robinson get up and lie as well because
chest check him.
Chest tie check him like, oh no, you're not gonna
talk about immigrants.
You're not gonna talk about immigrants. You're not gonna talk about black people like that because you own 2 insurance companies, Allstate.
Yeah. So to see that, guys, to see how brainwashed black people are, this man was the only man that stood up and just talked and told the truth. You had black people, CTU, that's what we call young coats, booing him.
Yeah.
And he's telling you what we see and we know happened. They booed him. The white liberals booed him, but they was all sitting with CTU and the CTU code members and stuff. They were sitting together. Boo him. That's why he keeps stopping. While this man is telling the truth of what's going on in our community.
Yep.
Then you had the nerve, the black alderman, Lamont Robinson. That's why you had no representation. Get up there right after him and chastise him. Well, what do you expect us to do? Were we supposed to sit him back? So, and
45th district.
yeah, and don't call it back. You talk about immigrants and stuff. Don't talk about black people, immigrants, and other words. So, what we supposed to do? Not fund, not give them all the resources and all the money. What? What don't you really like? Black people are okay with the immigrants. So when you say that they're together with this, you shouldn't speak about immigrants and black people. This is your representation, black people.
Yeah.
This is your representation. This is why your communities look like that. This is why they got all what the illegals got because they voted for this. Your black aldermen voted to give them this. This is why right now your property taxes is up. This is why right now that your illegal aliens that have flooded your community because your black aldermen voted just for this. And they think they thing is, so what were we supposed to do? Not give them everything and put them in the black community and take the resources. We had to.
Right. Yeah.
The only man who did, because Gardner didn't vote for that.
Mr. 45.
He had to tell the truth.
Yep.
And that's
That's
why
what they call a skinhead,
racist.
white supremacist. Now he has a black wife.
Right.
His kids are half black.
He go against everything.
Yeah,
Brandon Johnson.
He was a teacher.
Oh, yeah.
He was a special ed teacher, and he was a firefighter.
So this is how they label you when you go against their Brandon Johnson, because he don't vote for nothing Brandon Johnson vote or anything that's detrimental. But you see what they label him: skinhead, white supremacy, racist, because he's not aligned with Brandon Johnson, but he's aligned with us.
But they're mad because he snuck in. So in 2019, this is when all the Hispanic KKK got in there. His ward, his last name was Arenas. The guy who had his ward before him. His last name was Arenas. He was the person who started the progressive caucus. And they spent a lot of money trying to hold on, I'm trying to make sure I got his name right, because this is just how weird this mayor is. Like when I say crazy. Yeah, John Arena. So John Arena was head of the Progressive Caucus. He's the one who started the Progressive Caucus. And Jim wasn't supposed to get that seat. And he got that seat. And they've been attacking him ever since. They've been attacking Jim ever since. And when they were coming after him and trying to make him, they're trying to break him from all. They were trying. He was had all these lawsuits. Now, mind you, he's getting sued as the alderman. They're telling him, Lori Lightfoot, it started with her. She got mad because his wife didn't like her. So she put the blame on him and got mad at him. So she wouldn't let corporate counsel represent him, even though he's an alderman. So he had to use his own money. Then Brandon gets in. He goes to Brandon and says, "Hey man, I'm getting killed out here. I need representation. They're suing me in my capacity as an alderman." He tells Gardner, "Yeah, I don't want to be involved in it." So then Gardner just beat the allegations. They're gonna give him his money back. He spent $100,000, but they don't talk about that. But he beat that. He beat them in allegations. And he did not get no help from corporate counsel, and he was getting sued as an alderman. So, and every alderman gets representation. That's like what they supposed to get. That's. We don't have music back, so you may have some music. Yeah, but we don't have no music. But he's not with that agenda. He's not with it, and he vote on everything he vote no. He vote no not to get them illegals that money, but majority of all you 20, the majority of them did. They voted for that. So Deborah Silverstein, the one Jewish alderman, didn't. So she never do. She don't play them games, and they don't come to her. They leave her alone. So this is what we're saying, guys. This is this is where we at. So we're gonna definitely keep mentioning that TIF money because that's so important that we notice that a lot of people don't know what it is. But that's what it is. But we've been talking about this. They've been stealing that TIF money. They've been stealing probably, honestly, if you do just a forensic audit on that from Daley, since it first, I think it stepped on the scene when Daley was here, when Daley was in it, I guarantee you they've stole probably close to $1 trillion of money that was supposed to go to our communities to revitalize it. So that's honestly, I know that's it. Like I know that's it. And because the federal government is really, really like, I mean, drowning them. Like they ain't getting no. That's why they're trying to sue for every little thing that they can get. It's killing them because he done stole. Brandon stole infrastructure money, almost $1 billion in infrastructure money. He laundered that infrastructure money, that Invest Southwest money. He put it in money bonds. So you got that money, the money bonds. You got the infrastructure money. So then you're talking about these TIF surpluses that he took the COVID surplus money. Then you got this $200 million 2024 expenditures that don't make any sense. And it's not in 2023 or 2024 budget. So literally, he's getting he thinks that he is the king. He thinks that he's a dictator. He thinks that he got this election. He think with CTU,
the baby coach,
the baby coach, the organization, the United Working Families, he thinks he still got one fair wage, but one fair wage, it really don't matter what he did because Pritzker gonna tax you on your tips. So you need to go back down there. But they already seeing that it's some BS. So honestly, we need like that guy said today. He said CTU teachers don't run this city. Like, we got construction workers.
Yeah.
It's a lot. We got
we have to two guys what they're doing too. See, they're trying to get the people who's getting ready to turn who's 17, who will be 18 by the time it's for them to vote, and they're going to get buses, so they're going to youth 18, then they're going to bus them to these voting polls. So that's all new votes. So that's why parents, you have to educate your kids and take your kids to go vote with you and let them know that we're not voting blue. You got to let them know we're looking at policies because this is what they're doing. They're taking the kids. 17, they're rushing to vote. 18, they'll be ready to vote, and then they're taking them, they're getting buses. We heard this from people who in there, that's what they're doing. They're saying, this is how they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So we have to, so now that's a new base of voters that never even voted.
You don't know what they voting for.
And
They're telling them
yeah.
stuff like they're going to take your LGBTQ rights. There's no such thing as LGBTQ right. There's no such thing as trans rights.
And see, kids don't know.
Yeah.
Kids don't know about to kids. Socialism sounds good and communism sounds good.
If you get discriminated if you get discriminated in a public place or a private place, and you have the proof, and sometimes you have to have the proof. If you break down everything, you can sue them people. If they discriminated against your race, if they discriminated against your religion, if they're discriminating against your sexual orientation, I don't understand what your disability. I don't understand what part of it don't y'all understand and get. You cannot, if you are 15 years old, and my child comes to me and says, "Oh well, I just came home from school and they said that they're willing to give me a sex change, and I'm going to go through with it." Well, when did y'all start having this conversation? Oh well, it's private. We can't really talk. What are you talking about? I'm your parent. If you don't tell me that y'all are having these conversations in school, and y'all are not telling me that y'all having these conversations with my child in school, I'm suing y'all.
Yeah, but in Minnesota, they could do it.
Huh?
In Minnesota, that's what people was running to Minnesota because they parents.
Yeah, but you still can sue.
Oh, yeah. You're not
gonna tell me.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. You're not no teacher, no CPS school, no public school, no private school, but definitely no public school that my tax dollars funded is going to tell me how y'all going to tell my child what they can do and what they can't do when I'm the parent. That's abuse.
That's how I feel. Come on, I ain't playing that game. I'm suing.
Yeah, I'm suing. So
I'll take it to the Supreme Court because these laws let you do it. Well, no, it's really just Minnesota that's really had that extreme law. But you could take that to, over there. They can't do that.
Yeah, and y'all need to, honestly, and if it's gonna be a problem, y'all need to start getting y'all kids from out these schools. There's a lot of teachers, a lot of old teachers from CPS. When I say old, not like saying they old, just saying that a lot of teachers that understand the old curriculum before it got to what it was, they are out here. And a lot of them are on the do not hire list because they are good teachers. We honestly need to start talking to these teachers, working out something that we can pay these teachers and say we don't want our money. I don't want my money to go to CPS. Matter of fact, my tax dollar, I'd rather go pick my own tutor so they can homeschool my child, because y'all schools are not teaching them what I need my child to learn.
They're not learning economics.
Yeah.
The things that they're going to need. They're not learning how to balance checkbooks. They're not learning how to be
They don't
know how to be economically responsible. They don't know. See, these are the things that your kid must learn. Like, even though that we know reading, math, comprehension, critical thinking, but these are the things every kid in America, our kids, should know. Because with all of that other stuff, you don't even use that. But these are the things you're gonna have to use. You gotta use these things with everyday life. You gotta go right now, you gotta have a bank account. Everybody gotta have a bank account when you get at some point of your life, so skills that they going to have, because it's kids that don't even know how to, none of this stuff. They don't even know just basic economics 101, just
interest rate.
Interest rates, they don't know all of these things that they should just know. And these are the things that should be implemented in school. The things that you're gonna need for life skills. Every kid should learn. We should have trades in every school. Every kid, because everybody don't want to work for somebody. You have people who have a mindset as an entrepreneur. They got fit for jobs. They're good with their hands. Some people are creative. They can just look at something and create something. So we have to have things that skills that trade, because my thing is, don't teach somebody how to go. Don't give them anything. Teach them how to go get it. How to fish. Don't teach them to just give them fish. Teach them how to fish, and they can always take care of themselves and their family. And start their own business. If we implement trades in every school, in turn, what will happen is you will start having more entrepreneurship and more small owned business in your community, which in turn will pay into the economic system, which in turn will create a flowing economy where it's prosperous for everybody and everybody can be low. That's why you have these red states that's trying to figure out a way how to get rid of property taxes, because they're getting so much money in to their economy through businesses, because all the businesses are leaving from the blue cities and going to the red cities. They're not talking about affordable homes. They're building homes, single family homes that people are renting, and they're paying taxes on that. So when you have people that's paying into the system and not a bunch of affordable housing and welfare recipients, then you can have a booming economy, which would in turn you can start talking about. That's why the red states have lower taxes, while we all go move to them or go to Indiana for gas and all that. That's why they're trying to see about abolishing property taxes, because they're making so much money. They giving the people the relief, because why not give it to them when they the ones that's generating the wealth that allow everything to be prosperous, the whole city to be prosperous? Why not make it so easy for them that they don't want to leave, so everybody eat it? You got a bunch of business that's moving there. Why wouldn't they? All the red tape is gone. Do you know we're paying? By the time I tried to get my business even up in the ground, you were already in 30, 40, $50,000 just on business licenses, building permits, all type of permits. We had building permits. What was the other permits you had to go? Well, you got to go file them in. So many fees that we had to pay, guys. That took a chunk of our money just trying to get the business to even get built. Like, this ain't even built, this is walls to even get started. It's sickening what they put you through to you got to be rich, almost rich to even get your business to start, especially if you try to build, start just, from just the walls.
Right.
So they make it almost impossible for small businesses
Yeah.
to just be created here. And that's sad, but you see the businesses in real estate because when you hear Trump say, eliminate the red tape. When the house is burnt in California, he said, eliminate all that red tape. Oh, you gotta get a permit to build the house, get zoned and all that. Get rid of that. Just let them build the house. But see, they can't do that because they make money off everything with you. They gotta take every money, every damn you make, they gotta take it and steal it. Nothing to make your life better is to make theirs better. So you do, and now they're going up on the small business licensing. So everything make it so hard for you to even small business to even come into existence here. It's sad. It's sad. So we have to look at the real estates, look at why y'all all run to the real estates when y'all retire or y'all gonna have a better life. Think about why y'all running there because it's the policies that y'all running to. It's the better schools, it's the safer communities, it's the safer crime, it's the low taxes, it's the houses that they had that you can buy a house cheaper and get it built up cheaper because it's cheaper to build a house than you can get a house here. To go in these states, you can build a house for less than what you buy a house here in a messed up neighborhood. So this is why people do that. So we got to understand why you run into these states. It's the policies. But we can have that here in Chicago if you have people with some sense and understand that we love small business. We love home ownership. We don't want a bunch of affordable house. Who wants that? So you own nothing but be happy.
Yep.
Like George Orwell said in 1984, you will own nothing but you'll be happy. No, that's socialism, communism, and that's not what we're about. We need more single family homes. We need more homes being built so people can rent those homes.
Right.
We need all of that. We need the income that's coming that will be generated from those homes to go back into the system.
And we need the real people to show up, the real Chicagoans to show up on the south side, west side, north side, east side. We need Southland to show up. We need Northland to show up. We need Westland to show up. Like, we need y'all to show up. Like, nah, these people, half y'all people went to school with these people that's in office. You know how they were in school. You know the same that they are now. You know who was the hoes in school and who weren't the hoes in school. You know who were the lames in school, who weren't the lames in school. Y'all know who the popular dummies was in school. Y'all know the good looking ones who had no brain in school. You know, there's a lot of good ones that good looking ones that had brains in school. There's a lot of ugly ones that have no brains in school. You know the ones who was the
You said popular.
huh?
You said you know the one.
Yeah, y'all know who the popular dummies was. Y'all know the ones who used to be made fun of. Now they in the position. Tony Preckwinkle. You seen Tony Preckwinkle back in the day? A goof troop.
Somebody said all the jobs are leaving. It's hard to find a job because you got to understand this, guys. See, and this what people don't understand. When they talk about taxing the rich and head tax and all these things, what happened is the businesses leave. When businesses leave, see these people, these liberals don't think about it. That's why I say it sounds good to a teenager or a young person who haven't lived and experienced life. When the businesses leave, then the unemployment goes up. Think about it. So now you have a bunch of unemployed people. So you have no money going into the economy. Actually, it's taken away because now they're getting on social services that we are paying for. The taxpayers that even had a little money, we're paying for that because now people losing. The business that left is not paying taxes. The people that was employed by that business are not paying the taxes, and when the business leave and the people that pay taxes don't have it no more, then they go get on because and we don't have no jobs, then they go get on social services. In turn, we are paying. So you're not making no money, but you're paying all the money out. And see, people don't understand that. And so when you got a bunch of people that's unemployed, business that's going, they don't have jobs. You're not producing entrepreneurship or small business because it's too hard to get that. You're not even teaching people trade. So you're just killing the whole, you're killing your economy and you're killing that city. Therefore, hence you see a Detroit and you see Gary, Indiana. And then you push a bunch of affordable homes. So what you have is a system of welfare reciprocate. So everybody is taken from the system. When you see all these illegals, the reason why we're in a deficit and the reason why we're being drained because they are taking from the system. They are not putting into.
Oh yeah, fair share. That's a trigger word.
Oh yeah, fair share.
Pay fair share, pay their fair share.
Fair share. So you gotta understand what's happening. We keep talking about leave these businesses and stuff. Think about it. And they keep pushing that to you. Let's just say Walgreens. First of all, we don't even have no stores in our community. We might have one Walgreens hanging on and they mad and they finna leave because they gotta lock up everything. So we got one Walgreens in our community. Then you want to keep saying tax them, and you keep allowing this crime to come in. If that one Walgreens leave, and y'all keep saying, yeah, leave them, let them go, and then so one Walgreens leave. Now you not thinking that ain't no Walgreens or no store around here from around for miles. You don't have a car. How grandma gonna get her medicine if this Walgreens shut down, or you just want to walk to the store to get some little tissue or whatever you do? What Walgreens? So, because you didn't let them, because they shut down. So now you didn't even think about how you're gonna get to the nearest Walgreens because you don't have a car or it's miles away. You never thought about that. So in turn, you saw what happened when we did that riot. And then we tried to go to the neighboring Walgreens that was in a little village, and they wouldn't even let you come into their community for the Walgreens. But grandma had to get her medicine. So we don't think about these things when we keep saying, let crime, let it be up, tax the rich, let these companies leave. We don't think about these things. But then in turn, what happens is once Target leave, once Walgreens leave, once your grocery stores leave, then you got illegal aliens or foreigners come in with a corner store. And they selling you meat. They selling you, they got a little dairy, but the food it's not good food, it's not good meat, and it's not up to par. We don't know if it's poisonous, what's they call it, salmonella, all that's in there. But you got these foreigners that will come and open up a corner store in your community. And you gotta go there because you don't have nothing in your community. And then you're gonna see these little corner Arab stores popping up.
Yep.
Now, because you can destroy all the business in your community. So now you are patronizing them to go get tissue, go get oranges, go get some little meat, deli, and stuff like that. And they're profiting off you when that's your community. And then they're gonna have a chicken place pop up, and then they're gonna have a liquor store, then you're gonna have a church, and that's all you got in your community. And they're gonna keep making money. These foreigners gonna keep making money off us.
Yep.
But we're gonna run the big businesses out, run the corporations out, and then replace them with foreign business that we then patronize, and they don't give nothing to our community. You can't even go use the store. I mean, a restroom in those stores, and then they don't give back to the community. And then there you have it, what you see in our community. But we allowed it.
You allowed it.
Tax the rich, tax the corporations. Do that. We fall for it all the time.
All we got is dialysis centers everywhere,
Funeral homes,
liquor stores, church, some affordable houses.
That's it. That's
No
it.
grocery stores, no pharmacy.
Right. No pharmacy for grandma.
It's to the point now, like Just save yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody said I like my Target and my they said I like my Target and something else by my house. CVS and my Target. I know you do.
Yeah.
She said my insurance something like my insurance is something. She like she go to the pharmacy and it left.
CVS is owned by Aetna. She said.
Yeah, gas because who does it's convenient. Your medicine, yeah. But they want to convince you to just do everything that's hurting your community.
Thank you, ladies, for keeping it real. How do you feel about our candidates for governor so far since you're Illinois? We're leaning towards Darren Bailey. Wishing you holiday blessings. Um, I'm still looking at the governors.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm still looking at the governors. We interviewed one. Um, but yeah, I'm still looking. I don't have any words. I have my personal reasons why I don't like any of them. Uh, but I also have done my research on all of them, and there is one that I do feel like would would have a chance, but I will just have to see if they make it through the primary. So, so yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Um, yes, but no, we haven't had the endorsements for the governor yet, but we will see what happens for primary. But we did interview Mendrick Sheriff Jim Mendricks from DuPage County. DuPage County Sheriff, you guys can go back and look at that. We also have interviewed Pamela Denise Long. She's running for U.S. Senate. We have interviewed John Goodman. He's also running for U.S. Senator. Who else do we do? We did
No, yeah, I think we will.
oh yeah, I just seen yeah, somebody else just reached out to us about an interview, another candidate. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but we will be interviewing that person as well. I just saw that email earlier.
So it's anyone who wants to come on and we'll just let them get familiar with the audience, let the audience get familiar with them. I mean, and let them tell why they want to be governor and we some of the people in the audience they ask questions and we are ask them to ask whoever it is questions that the audience want to know, and that's it. And we let the people decide because
We let the people decide.
it's all about the people. It's what it's what they want, what they feel like is a good candidate for them. And I think once we get more people saying, hey guys, we like this person. Once we interview people and they say, hey guys, we really like this person, then we will start really go because it's all about the people. It's what
all about the people.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, any other questions?
No, I just want to say, guys, thank you all so much. Watch the budget always, and just go and look up TIF money. Just get a and try to educate yourself on that. Me and Zoe will be talking more about that because that's something that has to be discussed. And we're gonna see what happened with this budget. Like we just said, we are not a fan of either budget because the alderman didn't do their job and Brandon definitely didn't do his, but they could have did much better in this budget. But we do the one thing is we made history, right? Because this have never happened.
Yeah, it's not right. Well,
They challenge.
They challenged it.
So yeah.
What do you think gonna play out?
I think that Brandon is it because I don't know, but I think he may go along with it. Or if he shut it down, that's even better. But eventually I think that we're not going to have a head tax on the corporations. We're not.
Oh yeah, I've seen that, but I believe that he's gonna veto it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's gonna veto it because he believes that he is um Fred Hampton.
And then he got CTU.
He believes, yeah, but he believes that he is he believes he's Fred Hampton. He believes he's barbecue. He believes that he is Putin. He believes that he is Maduro. You know, he had conversations with Maduro. You understand? Maduro, whatever that is, Venezuelan president. So they are all in this cult, in this nation. He believes that he is nationalist. He's a foreign nationalist. He identifies as a foreign nationalist, Brandon Johnson. So he thinks that what he's going, him vetoing it, thinking that he's making history. He's making history and doing what what's his name? Harold Washington. Well, Harold Washington used to veto. Harold Washington used to veto because they was racist for real. Yeah. He was dealing with Vidoliak and Burke, and now with all the white order, they had the majority of the block, the voting block. This time is the recall that's fall. Dan calls it Vasquez 19. I call it Rosana Rodriguez Sanchez 19, but they both the same. But they got the progressive caucus block that is not strong like it used to be, but they still have a solid 17 people besides Irvin, Hall, who's going to vote his way regardless. Michelle Harris. Michelle Harris is, but regardless, no, Michelle Harris is voting with the other people.
Oh, she did this.
She voted, But So they're listening to their constituents. Thank y'all for paying attention to us.
Yes.
And that you are challenging them.
Please keep calling your audience.
Keep calling your audience. They need to veto it. He needs to veto it. I'm not on his side at all. He's vetoing it because he thinks he's making history and he identifies as a foreign national. I want him to. I'm praying for it to be a veto so the feds can get involved. The media is going to have to break that story out. Mm-hmm. First time in history this has happened. The government is going for a government shutdown, stuff like that. If he does not veto it, it still makes him look like the weak man that he is, which I know he is. But it also shows how scared they are with the media keep showing it as a government shutdown because they know that it will get to the White House, and the White House is looking at everything that Chicago Foods Red reports to you guys, and always asking for federal intervention.
Right.
And we need that.
They will be able to do it. And I just said because the budget, it doesn't, either budget helps us because it's a fast death and a slow death. And tax the rich, they gonna go, the corporation's gonna leave fast death. Fast death.
He call Obama next.
No, he gonna call Obama.
They already.
Obama already here. So, fast death, tax the rich, the corporations leave, all the little business we gotta leave. There you go. Fast death. Slow death, they don't leave, but we taxing nickel and dime and all till we, so at the end of the day, guys, it's not a budget for the people because we are still being taxed. So,
so that's how I feel it's gonna play out. So October 20. I mean, he said October.
They get the raise.
They don't talk about
the two.
So that's it. That's why I need to
go to the new arrivals. Everybody. Oh yeah, one thing. And then they talked about
505 jobs are gonna be lost.
If it's vetoed, then he's going.
If it's passed.
If it's passed, the 500 jobs, but all the administrations getting their raises. Then they talked about, real quick, they talked about the levy of real estate.
Right.
They voted to up the levy for real estate. So the levy is, I know because people who don't know. So let's just say you got a cap, a ceiling. The ceiling for they can't charge you or tax you, but it was 9.5 billion, right? They raised it so now it's 10 billion. So they can go up on your real estate tax. So the real estate tax, which it was the any real estate you have, you said what the
Yeah, so that's how they can decide if they're gonna raise property taxes next year.
yeah. So they went up, so they can play with that
Yeah.
with that number, so they can go up instead of keeping it or capping it. So they raised it. Why would you raise it when you should have just kept it? But they gonna tax us. That's why I say it's still bogus. Period. Because
I think to get us out of debt, but I'm not gonna tell y'all because that's our secret for my mayor. But I know how we can get out of debt. So just keep, like I say, we are the new Republican Party. We are the party of entrepreneurs. Majority of the people that are in our community, I mean, in our group, our core members are entrepreneurs. We also have veterans in our group. We have educators in our group. We have people who actually work for the city, the county, and the state that are in our group and have whistleblown. They do not care or prepare to do it because they see all of the corruption and ain't nobody going to continue to deal with it anymore. People got 20 and 30 years on their job, seeing all the BS, so one of our members today, she actually takes the CTA. She posted a video of how dirty the train is. The train's so dirty. When I say dirty, but you know what? They living on the trains. They living on the trains because they just stole all the homeless money. They just stole all the money. So like I said, I want him to veto it. But I also know that his handlers is probably going to tell him not to.
Mayor Stacey Davis.
Mayor Stacey Davis Gates, because you're going to bring too much attention to Chicago. Well, Chicago already has enough attention, but if you veto it, it's going to bring the federal attention for real. Because why are you vetoing? What's your vetoing for corporate head tax? We don't have any. We don't have any corporations here for you to tax like that. Like we literally do not. So you understand what I'm saying? Like it's not like we have like a whole, but like I think Atlanta has more corporations, honestly, than Chicago does. I'm being real honest. A lot like Texas has a lot more headquarters. I mean, Georgia has a lot more, but these are red states. But Atlanta, the city of Atlanta, I guarantee you, they have probably close to as many corporations headquarters that's in that city than Chicago. So I don't see. I see him doing it because he said something in the last city council about this is historic that's happening. It's when what's name was talking. It's Gardner, yeah. So he's looking at it as that, like he's doing something. Like they keep we're in two different worlds. So the world that he's in over there, he thinks he thinks he got that little black newspaper trib on his payroll. He paying that. He funded all that by himself. They only do articles on him and the progressive. So he got them on payroll. He has Heather Serene, whatever, on WTTW, white liberal, all the way delusional, going somewhere. I don't know if it's racism or delusional, but either way, it's racism, delusional, white liberalism. WTTW, he got her on the payroll, or she's just that diehard of a liberal that she's willing to commit suicide over this party.
Yeah, no, they probably because they all are fake news. You see how the fake news that go hard for the Democrats?
Yeah.
They really and they cheat. They lie and be willing to risk being sued to lie in your face. So they are fake news.
So that's what it says. So we're in two different worlds. So this world over here, the reality, the real world. Thank y'all for watching. All the people that's watching right now, who watch us, who subscribe to us, to support us. We are going to give it to you, the real, raw, uncomfortable, and it's the uncomfortable truth. The Democratic Party do not care about you. The Democratic Party in the city of Chicago definitely does not care about you. The Democratic Party in Cook County does not care about you. The Democratic Party in all of these counties do not care about you. The Democratic Party in the state of Illinois does not care about you, and they will never care about you. And they're showing your hand. They're showing their hand. They are lying. When I say everything that they say is a lie, they're laundering money. They're lying. The Democratic Party is broke. They have gone bankrupt. The Democratic Party itself, the business, the Democratic Party, because it's a business, they are done. It's if they have no more money, they don't know how to handle money. They don't know. They had tricked off all their money because they just knew that Kamala Harris was going to get involved. But I mean, get in that office, and they were going to continue to replenish our money and not do nothing for the community, and continue to make sure our replacements have everything while they spit on us. And God intervened, our ancestors intervened, and they said absolutely not. And my man is in there checkmating every day. Every day he's playing chess with these Democrats, and it's checkmate. It's checkmate, and we have to do the same thing on the local level. So that's what I'm going to say. Checkmate. All hands on deck.
Checkmate. All hands on deck, guys.
Peace.
Love y'all. Chicago first.
Chicago first.
Chicago first, baby. Chicagoans first.
Chicagoans first.